I'm ready.
Okay. Today we're going to talk about proper interview etiquette. You only have one chance to make a good impression, so don't blow it. The first thing a potential employer is going to notice about you is your appearance. I was told once to dress for the job that you want, not the job you have. Nothing says I don't really care if I get this job more than jeans and a messy shirt. Best bet for interviews are a nice pair of slacks and a button-up shirt or a nice blouse. Although some places of employment are more lenient on what they're looking for, doesn't mean you can't dress to impress. Some other important things you can do is to cover your tattoos, make sure your clothes are neat and ironed, and wear closed-toed shoes. Again, many companies have adapted a more open environment when it comes to these type of things, but that doesn't mean that you should show up in an interview dressed like you would be coming to work. There may be 10 other people trying to get that job, and a potential employer may remember you simply because of how nice you were dressed. When you're dressed nice, you have more confidence, and you may just steal the show. Obviously, not all interviews are the same, but you can probably assume that they're going to ask you a few basic questions about your prior work experience, what you liked and some things you disliked, where you excelled, and some weaknesses that you may have had. Most of the time, you'll be asked what your prior coworkers think of you and if you've ever had any major disagreements with coworkers. It's important to be honest answering these questions, but you obviously don't want to tell them any major problems that you may have had in the past. It never fails that they're going to ask you what was one thing you didn't like about your last job. I was once given great advice from the HR department on how to answer this question without talking bad about your previous employer. Some things you can mention are the hours of your old employer, or maybe something about the team morale. My last employer had a motivational team called the React Committee. Using this committee as an example, I'm able to answer their question without bad-talking previous employer. For example, one thing I will probably change about my job was One thing I would probably change with my last employer is to improve the employee morale. It's important for a group to be positive and encouraged in order to give a company good results. This opens up a chance for you to explain how you volunteer to assist the company in encouraging your fellow employees, not only answering the question, but also giving them an example of what a great asset you would be to that team. Going on an interview can be really stressful for some. Making sure you're prepared for one is the best way to ensure a successful outcome.
You done?
Yes.
Did you make two?